So firstly, apologies for this one being a little bit late. Again, I wasn't able to watch the game properly because I was doing extra work over Christmas, but I've been able to watch the highlights, I've looked through the stats and this, that and the other, and to be honest with you, I'm looking at this game from yesterday and I'm thinking, we should have won this game. I genuinely mean that, and I'm sure the comments are immediately going to go, oh, delusional Man United fan, what do you mean you should have won that game? Bournemouth were by far the better team, blah, 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 blah. Go watch the highlights. Go look at the stats. We should have won that game. And I know I get a lot of criticism for always going on about when we lost 7-0 to Liverpool and we should have won that game because we should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first half before we lost 7-0. I always go on about things like this because I do believe they're worth talking about. Yesterday, when you look at the balance of the play, you watch the highlights, you look at the stats, undeniably, Manchester United should have won that game. But we didn't. We lost 3-0 for the second season in a row. So why has that happened? And for me, the reason is the same reason I've spoken about with this group of players for a multitude of times over the course of the last couple of years. They lack composure and they lack conviction. It's as simple as that. Again, I go on about it. Like teams this weekend, right? We had twice as many chances and twice as much XG as Bournemouth in yesterday's game. We scored none. Bournemouth scored 3. Arsenal had the same amount of chances, slightly higher XG, scored 5. Newcastle had less chances, less XG, scored 4. Tottenham, albeit they conceded 6, had less chances, less XG, scored 3. So why is it that we're scoring none? That's why we've lost this game. Okay, there's a few defensive mistakes as well that we will get to. But even with the 3 goals we conceded, we still should have scored more than Bournemouth's 3. And what's most concerning for me, especially from that game yesterday, is that the first 2 of our 4 big chances, as they're called, fell to Bruno Fernandes. He's the one with no excuses whatsoever. He's the star man of the team. He's the talisman. He's got 7 goal contributions in the last 7 games going into this one. How is it that he's had 2 1v1s and absolutely scuffed both of them straight at Kepa? That's not good enough. To be honest, even Garnacho's isn't good enough. In the second half, he's put through clean through, one-on-one. All he's got to do is just put it past the keeper. And again, he just side-foots it at Kepa. I'll let Yoro off. He's a 19-year-old centre-back playing his, 3rd Premier League game, and it's sort of a snapshot at him. But even he hits it straight at the keeper. You've got to score those chances. And then there's all the other chances that we had. Bruno shot from the edge of the box that he spoons 5 yards wide. Ahmad, in the middle of the goal, shoots it straight at Kepa, albeit there were other players that could have blocked it. Højlund's chance was well saved. It was from a tighter angle. But I'm not being funny. Outside of the goals that Bournemouth scored, did they ever really threaten us at all? We were the dominant team in the match. We have to win that game. So that's what worries me the most, is that we're losing matches and we're losing them comfortably, even when we're still dominating. And that's down to the players, because you can't pin this on the new manager. You certainly can't pin this on the new manager, because he's put out a team to play a style of play that has generated 24 attempts on goal, 2.5 XG, 60% possession, and we've dominated the game. So the game plan is working. The players just aren't executing the key moments. And that was the difference. When it came to the key moments, Bournemouth executed perfectly. So now we come to the actual defensive mistakes. Firstly, people are going to want to go on about the free kick that shouldn't have been a free kick and whatever. Look, this ain't the same as the whole Tottenham corner thing the other day, where I still think VAR would have ruled out the Tottenham corner goal because it's a foul on the goalkeeper as the ball goes in the net. This is different. Foul by Malacia or not on Adam Smith, a free kick has been given. And it's not like Christie's got the free kick 10 yards out from the edge of the penalty area and whipped it straight in the top corner. Then we can have a little bit more of a complaint. This is a set piece right out on the far side of the pitch where, I'm not being funny, it's not even that dangerous a ball. He clips it in. There's no real pace on it. Howson does really well to guide it, but the defending is absolutely abysmal. What is Xerxes doing? You've got to be stronger. I mean, I sound like Roy Keane. Do your job. You're the bigger man. You're 6'4". Be aggressive. You are way bigger than me. I'm 6'4". I'm wide as anything. I'm putting my body in the way of Howson. You are a bigger player than him, Zirks. You should know that because you should be holding the ball up at the other end of the pitch when the ball comes to you against him. So you should know you've got the physical advantage on him. And not only did you just let him go, he doesn't make any attempt to stop him when the ball's coming over his head. At least make some sort of effort to stop it. And obviously then the ball's in the back of the net and we're 1-0 down. And from there, we have all the chances at the end of the first half. We miss them all, as we've already spoken about. And we come to the start of the second half. And then, well, I mean, I saw Mark Goldbridge put on Twitter that the bug is starting to catch on to the new players, because what happened to Mazraoui? I know he had a bit of a tough time against Doku last week, but that's to be expected. Doku's a very tricky player. He shouldn't be getting turned inside and out by Justin Kluivert. Greatest respect to Justin Kluivert. He's a talented player, but Mazraoui's not been that defensively weak, I would say, so far this season. He just looked at 6s and 7s. He was all over the place. Were they too concerned with the potential offside? I don't know, but he's let him drift inside him. It's a stupid challenge, and there's absolutely no complaints. It's a penalty, and it's 2-0 to Bournemouth. So, yet again, we've switched off at the start of a second half. We've allowed players to get at us, and one of our best, if not the best player of our season so far, has conceded a penalty, and we're 2-0 down. It's also worth noting at this point that prior to that penalty incident happening, Amarin took Ugarte off. Now, I don't know if that was due to injury or due to tiredness, because obviously he played the full game against City and he played in midweek. I don't know. But from what I could see, certainly in the highlights that I saw, is there was a drop-off in that defensive midfield cover when Ugarte went off, and maybe that opportunity doesn't even get created if Ugarte's on the pitch in the first place. But we'll never know. Kluivert wins the penalty, makes it 2-0. The third goal is why I wanted to mention Ugarte coming off, because with Ugarte coming off, Bruno Fernandes drops into the midfield position. And then he goes for one of his Hollywood passes again, where we've only got, I think, 5 back at this point. So you've got the back 3, you've got Bruno, and you've got Mainu in midfield. Everyone else is bombing forward. To be fair, there might have been 1 or 2 of the centre-backs pushing up as well. But everyone's bombing forward. And Bruno goes for one of his stupid Hollywood balls, where everyone's running away from him, and it's cut out. So now we're getting turned over. Everyone's out of position, and we're running back. But thankfully, the ball comes to Kobbie Mainu, who at 2-0 down then makes the decision to go for one of those little dinks over a tackle. You know, the ones where you see someone charging at you and you go, I know, I'm just doing a little cheeky dink over the top of him. You're 2-0 down in the middle of the pitch and your captain's just given the ball away and everyone's out of position. You can't take that risk to go for something fancy. So then Mainu turns the ball over. Ball breaks to Evanilson. Bruno is in the middle of the pitch. He just lets him run past him. Bring him down. Take the yellow card. Bournemouth aren't going to score from a set piece 45 yards out in the middle of the pitch. Even our shoddy defending from set pieces isn't going to cover that. So just take him out. Don't let him get the ball out wide. It's shocking from Bruno. It's a double mistake from him. Gives it away in the first place and just allows Evanilson to run. From there, again, defending absolutely all over the place. Ball in behind. Yoram Mazraoui are caught out. Cut back. Maguire and Martinez are caught out. And I mentioned it about the Tottenham one with the Kulusevski goal. Martinez, throw your body in the way. What's this? He just does that. He goes, what's that? Where's the Martinez that goes bang and hits people? Where's he gone the last week? He just shies away from it. Get your body in there. Weak defending. 3-0. Game over. Well, I say game over. We had even more chances after that. But again, no conviction, no composure. And we lose 3-0. But that's my frustration. Is that I genuinely believe if we get a little bit more of that conviction, that little bit more composure, the precision that we need to put these teams away, we'll start winning these matches. I really believe that. But I just don't think these players are up to it. And people are going to make the whole, oh, Rashford wasn't in the squad again. Fine, get rid of him. But I can't remember who we've got on Boxing Day. I know we got Liverpool on January the 5th. And they just put 6 past Spurs. So that is absolutely terrifying me at the moment. Because if we play like we did yesterday, okay, we might create a few chances. We may even score a couple of goals, given the fact that Spurs still scored 3 despite getting battered. But Oh, I do fear for our defence the way they look at the moment. They're looking very, very shaky and very, very nervous, which is a real concern going to Anfield in a couple of weeks' time. But as always, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Feel free to laugh your head off at Manchester United losing 3-0 to Bournemouth for the second year running at Old Trafford. But so much work needs to be done this January transfer window. Hopefully, we can get some good money in from Rashford, be that wages off the books or a good financial fee from hopefully a Saudi Arabia club that will overpay for him. But we'll see, because we've got to make changes to this squad. We've got to improve the mentality. We've got to improve the conviction. We've just got to improve the overall quality, because it just doesn't look very good at the moment. So we'll see. Obviously, De Ligt was missing as well. That was a big worry for me when I saw that he was missing through illness. So hopefully we can have him back over at some point over the next few days. But it's another defeat. We're languishing in mid-table. We are now closer, I believe, to the relegation zone than we are the top four, which is rather embarrassing as well. But it is what it is. We move. We don't stop supporting. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you very soon.